Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Cleveland Browns franchise here on Madden 26. Last episode, we kicked off year number 3, and unfortunately, it didn't necessarily start the way that we may have wanted to. We started 0-1. I'm just going to come out there and say, we started 0-1. We lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. It wasn't a very great game. But then we came back and we played so much better in the second game against the Rams. So now we sit in a weird 1-1 spot to open the season as the defending Super Bowl champions. We're still trying to figure out our identity as the defending champions. What type of defending champ do we want to be? Do we want to have that Super Bowl hangover? Is that Super Bowl hangover unavoidable? Or do we want to try to go out there every single week and play like it is the Super Bowl? We got to find our identity now as the defending champs because we got that target on our back and everybody is going to be giving us their best shot. We just got to learn how to take that and ride with it and be the better team at the end of the day. So we've got the Cardinals and the Seahawks in today's episode, two bird teams that should not stand much of a chance. But, I mean, I thought we'd be 2-0 and we're 1-1, so you never know how the games are actually going to go. Enriquez is still a very good quarterback. We have a very fun three-man running back room with Quinshon Judkins, Jonathan Taylor, and Bashal Tutin. The receiving room is way better than I thought it was going to be. The offensive line's great. The tight ends are great. The defense is great. The whole team is great. There's a reason we won the Super Bowl last year, and we just got better in the offseason. So we're going to figure out where we stand after 4 weeks of NFL football here in year number 3. We also have already some scouting to do. We got the regional focus scouting to take care of in today's episode, so we'll take a look at that. It's our first real kind of closer look at the prospects for this third season. And then we'll move on to the game. So if you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So if you want to help me get to that mark, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the club. Without further ado, it is time to get into week 3 and week 4 of year 3 of Browns franchise. Let's do this. So here we go, and it's actually our first time to actually see what negotiations we're going to have to take care of throughout this season. So let's just open that up right now. We have $52 million in cap room this year, and it looks like there's going to be some interesting players coming up for negotiations. We've got Mike Hall Jr., who did get superstar dev throughout these 2 seasons so far. I think it was actually in season 1 he got superstar dev. So he's going to cost around $60 million total, probably a little bit less than that because he does want to be here. So we can maybe get away with a little bit less. Denzel Ward is now 30 years old, but he's still playing up to a superstar level. He's 90 overall. JOK, we're going to need to re-sign, but he does not want to be here. What is his reasoning for not wanting to be here? He doesn't want income tax, and Ohio has income tax. Well, that's really impactful, and there's no way we can change that. So JOK is going to be expensive just to bring him back, if we want to bring him back, which I think I do. Jerry Jeudy, Cole Bishop, but we've been toying with the idea of trading Cole Bishop anyway, so that's not the biggest shock that we could move him. Chase Young, Traylon Burks, David Ajabo, Craig Woodson, who we signed in free agency in the preseason. Ed Ingram, Zach Zinter, Josh Myers. Okay, so these are just like backup offensive linemen that are back here. Mason Graham, Jahad Campbell, we will obviously accept options on. Although I probably should pay Jahad Campbell since he's so cheap, but probably won't have the money to pay them after we get done paying the guys that I'm going to need to pay. And there's probably going to be a situation where we might have to maybe push back a couple of guys' money, defer that to a little bit later, restructure, if you will, if we want to be able to pay everybody. But I don't want to get too in the weeds on that because then we get into trouble with money down the line and then it's all kinds of ugly. So this is what the team looks like headed into year 3 after 2 weeks. We drafted a very good offensive lineman, the number 1 player in the entire draft with Brandon Sampson. So very good player. Love that. Scholes and Fannin are two very good tight ends. I told you we have a 3-man running back room. Our wide receiver room is actually pretty solid. We got two really good players in Devontae Smith and Jerry Jeudy, and then two really good rookies or young guys. I guess it's technically Eddie Velasco's rookie year because he got suspended for most of last year. And then Miguel Perez, who was a great player for us. And then on the defense is about as good as it can be. There's really no room to upgrade. Grant Delpit, I think, is still no, he's actually back. He was hurt in the preseason, and then he missed the first two games of this season, year number 3. But now he's back healthy, and I'm thinking about moving him to free safety since we have Kyle Hamilton, and we did re-sign Grant Delpit to a new contract, so it would make sense for him to play more, give him a chance to develop. How old is Grant Delpit, by the way? Is he like 27? He's 28. Okay, Cole Bishop's 24. So the smart thing to do would be pay Cole Bishop and move Grant Delpit, but I'm not really sure if that's what I want to do. I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out. JOK is going to be the tough one because he doesn't want to be here, and he's going to be over $50 million, which we don't really have. We were able to make a trade for JC Horn in the last episode, so we have an unbelievable cornerback room. Very happy about that. It's going to be an interesting season in terms of re-signing things, how we play on the field, all that kind of good stuff. Let's take a look at the regional focus scouting, though. So our national focus is offensive tackle and linebacker, which I still feel comfortable having it be that because we could always use linebacker, especially if we lose JOK. And offensive tackle can always be a need. You never have, unless you have two franchise left tackle or two franchise tackles, right and left, you could never have enough left tackles. So, and not many teams have both. So we're still looking for that probably. So I'm still comfortable with that, but our national or our regional focus, it looks like linebacker is a weakness of the West. Very interesting. Safety is a weakness of the Central. Corner is a strength of the Northeast. All right, so we might have to adjust this a little bit. So we could go to, so strengths of the West are halfback, tight end, and quarterback. None of that is really what I'm in on. That's not really what I'm looking for. I don't think I can fire any scouts, though. No, I can't fire any scouts. I must have waited too long. That's okay, because we can still make the focus scouting what the non-weakness is. So Calvin Heath can be edge as the focus. Central can be wide receiver, which we're always looking for wide receiver, to be fair. So that can be wide receiver. Obviously, you can be corner, since that's a strength. And then, I guess, edge again for Trisha Dixon, since interior offensive lineman is a weakness of this side. Although, position mismatch in this region, you may want to reassign and hire a new scout. I can't do that, obviously. I may want to do interior offensive line, even though it is a mismatch. If it is a weakness, I kind of want to know how it is. And we already have somebody scouting the edge, so we don't need two people doing edge. So I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to have edge, wide receiver, corner, and interior offensive line, even though it is a weakness. And we'll see how it goes. At this point, drafting's not like a major piece to the team because we've already kind of built the team through the first two drafts and through trading and free agency and all that kind of stuff. So we're not necessarily in need for drafting, killing the draft every single year, unless it's like this guy's a can't miss top prospect. That's the type of guy we're going to be going after at this point. Weekly strategy. We have all diamond tier abilities in all of our staff slots. We've got after school tutor, which gives us 10% increase to training XP for all players. We've obviously got camp counselor, which is the 5% boost to dev trade upgrade odds in training camp minigames, which also works obviously throughout the season. We've got linebacker training XP is increased by 40% for practitioner linebacker because I want Carson Schlesinger and Jahad Campbell and all these linebackers to get upgraded. So we've got that up there. Offensive line training is upgraded for practitioner offensive line by 40%. We just need our offensive linemen to keep growing and have the best chance possible. Obviously, quarterback, but I'm thinking about moving this one because Julian Enriquez is kind of grown out of that at this point. With that superstar dev, he's already in the high 80s. We might move that and free that up for something else, but for right now, it's still going to be practitioner quarterback. And then obviously we have the Scouts Honor, which is hire 5 at Tier 3 Scouts. That is how we are working with our loadout. And these are the 6 players that we have here in the focus training. I still have Enriquez in here. I may move him at some point this season to get somebody else in there, but for right now, Enriquez is still there. I'm kind of just waiting until he gets X Factor is kind of the what I'm thinking. We've got Kyle Widmer. A lot of our draft picks from last year, Widmer, Brooks, and Streets are all in there. Christian Dickinson, I kind of almost want to move him away now because he went from normal dev at the start of year 3 to superstar or to star dev and then to immediately to superstar dev. He got star dev in the preseason. I showed you guys that in the last episode. He got star dev in the preseason during training camp. And then the very first time I used him in this training in week 1, he went up to superstar. That's where we sit right now. So Christian Dickinson is on kind of an insane path, especially after missing most of last year, or at least the end of last year with an injury. Kind of an insane path he's on. We're still trying to grow DeJuan Jones, which I'm pretty happy that we got him to a 79 already, but that normal dev is still kind of killing him, especially at 26. And then basically we just got 3 rookies in here that we're trying to see if we have anything with them. I mean, it worked with Matt Marshall last year, so maybe Kyle Widmer can get up to star dev. That's always possible. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to train all 6 of these guys. We're going to see if we get any dev trade increases. If we do, I'll bring you guys back in as I always do. If not, then I'll see you in the Seattle game, and hopefully we can get above 500 with a big win on the road. It might be raining. It's always raining in Seattle, so it may always be sunny in Philadelphia, but it's always raining in Seattle. I think I can get a dev trade pop for one of these guys. I do. But we'll see.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Prime Time on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. On one sideline, look at the head coach of the Browns. He's signed back to 500 after they picked up the victory last week. On the opposite side, that's Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home.
Here we go on Monday Night Football, the entire world watching us. I'm glad we're getting more primetime games. I mean, we are the defending Super Bowl champions. We should have a more primetime schedule. But not only is this just a random Monday night game against the Seahawks, it is number 3 overall pick from the first year draft, Julian Enriquez, taking on number 9 overall pick from that same class, Amani Torrance. For the first time ever, the 2 top 10 quarterbacks that went in the first year player draft are playing against each other. They were quarterbacks in the same class. They were compared heavily against each other for most of that offseason and most of their careers. I mean, they both played in the Big Ten. One went to Maryland, the other went to Nebraska. So they've both been heavily scrutinized against each other, heavily compared against each other for their entire college careers and now their entire professional careers. Now, obviously, we know that Enriquez has kind of separated himself early on by winning a Super Bowl already. So he kind of has that separated. As Chase Young will get credit for a full sack there. Okay, whatever. And it's 4th and 18. We will force the Seahawks to punt. Oh, and they hit us with a little 3-piece dance. Okay. Myles Garrett and Mason Graham up in that. Very cool. Very, very cool. What a 3 and out. And of course, I had to put the Seahawks in their old school uniforms. I mean, these are just some of the best uniforms in the history of the game. As Deion Brooks looks to return a punt. Did I not switch it back? Did I actually hit something that... I don't know. I thought I switched it to have Miguel Perez be the punt returner, but I guess I didn't. Here comes Enriquez. Defending Super Bowl champion. Along with the rest of this team, except for guys like Jonathan Taylor, obviously, who are new additions. But it's nice to be playing more primetime games, getting our exposure on national television, showing out to the world. Twitter's going to go crazy for some of the players that we have on this team. I think I'm going to go underneath there. That's Jerry Jeudy. Free money, free real estate right there for Jerry. Jerry always comes up big with the underneath stuff. He's really, really good at running those underneath routes. Hand off to Quinshawn, and that's pretty good defensive coverage by the Seahawks linebackers. I thought I had more room than that. I probably did have more room than that, but I didn't really run it very well. And here comes Jonathan Taylor for the first time tonight. Taylor's out here, and Jonathan Taylor's got room. Jonathan Taylor ducks under 2 defenders, and he carries 2 more into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. That's why we paid Jonathan Taylor all that money. Did you see that run? That's an electric run from Jonathan Taylor. And now what's the celly going to be? What's he got? He's lining up people. Oh, he's going to bowl. He's going to bowl a perfect strike because that touchdown was a perfect strike. An unbelievable run to open the game. I mean, look at this. He ducked under 2 guys and then carried 2 more into the end zone. Just a fantastic run. Absolutely fantastic run from Jonathan Taylor. And JT puts us on the board first here at Lumen Field. What a beautiful first drive. I mean, I could not complain at all. That was... okay, I can probably complain about that a little bit. I think I missed that. Me bad. Oops. I should not have missed that. That's on me. But that was a perfect drive. A literally perfect drive. We had some really good running with Quinshawn to begin it. Then some good throws from Enriquez. And then it capped off with a Jonathan Taylor. Literally his first carry of the game, too. Now, how will the other second-year quarterback respond? Amani Torrance, I mean, he's got good players around him. He's still got Cooper Kupp, obviously got Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's got Kenneth Walker. This Seahawks team is pretty solid, but I don't think he's completed a pass to hit. Has he? I think he's missed all of his passes. A few overthrows so far for the young second-year quarterback out of Maryland. They're going to hand it off to Walker, and Chase Young is going to blow that up. A Buckeye tackling a Michigan State running back. I mean, it's just poetry. 3rd and 16 for the Hawks. Amani Torrance's pocket closed on him, and he just throws it away. Myles Garrett was bearing down on him. And the young rookie, you can tell he's rattled. He's putting the hands covering the ear holes in the helmet so he can hear his coach talking to him. I mean, he's rattled. And he's at home. He's got nothing but home fans here. But he is shaken, not stirred. And here comes the better of the 2 rookie quarterbacks, at least initially. Maybe Torrance will end up having a better career than Enriquez. Maybe Enriquez will only have the 1 Super Bowl. That'd be kind of disappointing for Browns fans and for me. But maybe he'll only have the 1 Super Bowl. You never know. You know what? I'm kind of getting a little crazy here. I kind of want to send Devontae, if I can, on just a straight-up go and see if he can win one-on-one. I don't think he can, and I couldn't figure it out quick enough because my backup route didn't get open quite as quick as I wanted to. And I honestly didn't make my decision fast enough. That brings up a 3rd and 10. I'm going to have to fire that across the middle. It's Harold Fannin just sitting down. The number 13, whoever that is, number 13 tracked with the guy running across the middle, which is Devontae Smith, and he left the middle wide open for Fannin just sit down there and take the easy yardage. I think I'm going to go over the second layer here. It's Traylon Burks with a big catch. Yeah, I think something happened. I definitely changed my depth chart after last episode so I could get Miguel Perez and Eddie Velasco back in the game. But I think I might have hit generate best lineup again at some point. I don't remember when, but at some point I think I definitely hit it because Traylon Burks is back in, and then we saw Deion Brooks returning kicks, and obviously I changed that. Or at least I think I did. Maybe I just dreamt that I did it. I don't know, but oh, they were ready for that. I tried to sneak in a run there. They were not fooled at all. Byron Murphy II was in on it. This feels like either Conrad Scholes or Devontae Smith easy, and it looks like it's going to have to be Conrad Scholes. He's going to drop the football. How, Conrad? How do you drop that football? And I could kick a field goal here, but I got to try to score the touchdown. We got to show our dominance here. We got to prove that we are the Super Bowl champions. And that's not going to be a touchdown, is it? Jerry Jeudy touchdown! How did that work out? That had no business being a touchdown, but Jerry made it happen. And, of course, I got to try to get that 2 back. So, we got to try to make this a normal score. Because I shouldn't have missed it in the first place. Harold Fannin wide open. There's the 2-point, and it's back to a 14, or it's now a 14-point game like it should have been. I never should have missed that extra point in the first place. That's on me. I kind of just forgot to press the button, and then when I realized it was already too late. But what a dominant first quarter. 2 touchdowns and then 2 punts by the Seahawks. I mean, Browns coming in crazy here. That first game against the Chiefs, it was all kinds of bad. You know what? It was the first game as the defending champs. We weren't ready for the hype, but now we are. We've cooled off. That ball stripped. Oh, Myles Garrett went for the recovery. Mason Graham with a strip sack to end the first quarter. They're going to show the touchdown, or the Jonathan Taylor touchdown. That's kind of crazy. We are getting pressure almost exclusively on Amani Torrance. He's never felt this kind of pressure before. Oh, quick throw to get the ball out of his hands. It makes sense, but J.C. Horn locking it down. That's actually one of the best tackle animations I've ever gotten in this game. And it's a 3rd and forever for the young second-year man. He's going to motion Kenneth Walker. I was going to say you got to get Kenneth Walker involved a little bit more, but at this point, down 2 scores early in the game, can you really get him involved? Unless it's in the passing game, I guess. Torrance will get a couple yards on a scramble, avoiding a sack, and then they'll just punt it again. 3 straight punts for the Seahawks offense. They're just kind of sputtering right now. They're not really getting any traction. Our defense is too electric. As Deion Brooks is back to return. He's such a massive dude back there returning punts. 6'6", I'm pretty sure. Let's go with an underneath stuff because I need to get Conrad Scholes' confidence back up. He dropped that touchdown, potential touchdown. Need to get him on a route where he can route up somebody. And that's going to be not really Conrad's fault. That's more Enriquez just with a bad throw. And we've seen Enriquez do that plenty of times last year. I was kind of hoping year 2 he'd be past that, but not on that throw. Little screen pass to Quinshawn, and there's a good block to get us a very manageable 3rd down. And I'm going to hit him with a little halfback stretch, and we're going to hope that the blocking is there. I don't know if the blocking is going to be there. Sometimes it's not. We're going to hope that it is. The blocking's not really there, but it works anyway. There wasn't really there. Thankfully, I was able to just escape, because that could have been bad otherwise. And now Jonathan Taylor's back in. Can he really go 2 for 2? 2 handoffs, 2 touchdowns. Nope, it's not. What happened here? I don't know, but there's no world where Enriquez should be scrambling. I could have sworn that I picked a run. Did I not pick a run? I could have swore that I did that. I guess I didn't, because it was a Julian Enriquez scramble opportunity, which should never be the case. Did I not pick a run? Man, that's got me tripped up now. I thought I for sure picked a run there. Just take the check down to Taylor. Nothing was really open. Nothing was really that open. We're just kind of systematically working over the Seattle Seahawks here. I don't know what their record was last year with Torrance as their quarterback, but it seems like they might be struggling this year. It looks like they got mostly the same team. They haven't upgraded like we have. We've kind of really gone into hyperdrive, trying to upgrade this team as we hit the 2-minute warning. I was going to hit Devontae Smith on a deep ball, but takes it to the 2-minute. Monday night prime time. The entire world is watching, and they're watching us put the belt to the Seattle Seahawks right now. I'm going to go quickly to Treylon Burks. He's going to catch it. Hold on. Big catch. He is up for another contract. Remember, we signed him to a contract extension after year 1. And now here in year 3, he's already back up for another contract extension. I don't know if he's deserving of another one. Oh, he drops that. See? That's probably why. I don't know if he's earned it, but that's hasn't really been his fault necessarily. Not all his fault, at least. Oh, I have no idea where to go with this football, and it's going to be incomplete. That they had that locked up. I'm going to give him credit on that. But then this time I will take the points. Last time I just had to get the touchdown to get it back to a 14-point lead, or 14 points on the scoreboard. But I'll take the field goal this time. Get Escobar a little bit more confidence. Make sure that he knows he can drill field goals and extra points. Not the ending of the drive I wanted, but the Seahawks, I mean, they locked that up those last couple plays. Grant Delpit makes a big tackle, and it's 1st and 10 from the 24, and here comes Amani Torrance. They got to get something figured out, man. They are not doing anything. Our defense is smothering Torrance in this offense, and they got to figure out how to get Kenneth Walker involved somehow. They finally complete a pass. It feels like forever since they've completed an actual, like, regular pass instead of, like, a screen pass or something, or a bubble. Minute 25. They've got all their timeouts. And Myles Garrett's going to feast. No, he's not. But Mason Graham will. I missed the sack. I dove and missed. But thankfully, Mason Graham didn't miss. Because that could have been ugly. And Mason, that's 2 for Mason today. With a strip sack as well. With a fumble. Here comes the hurry up. I'm killing whoever this left tackle is, by the way. Myles Garrett's dominating him for the most part. There's another opportunity. Got to him. And it's thrown away. And they will punt it. You cannot punt this. I know you're at the 20, your own 21. You're down 17-0. It's going to get uglier for you. You can't. I don't think you can punt this. I know it's a weird spot because if you don't get it on 4th and 13, then you give us a great spot to go anyway. But I feel like you got to go for that. Maybe that's just me. Injury to a Seahawk player. What did that say? Baker? I don't know what that said on the back of the jersey. Is Quinshawn going to be open here? He's open enough, and I had to get the ball away. So Quinshawn takes a big shot, but he's open. We're going to run some hurry up to not waste as much time. Do we just settle for a field goal here? Do we try to push it down the field? I didn't want to throw that, but it's going to work anyway. I was kind of waiting on Velasco to get open. But I felt like I had to rush that a little bit more than I wanted to. Snap it. Eddie Velasco's open this time. And the kind of true rookie is making an impact. We're going to call our first timeout. Let's go with a mesh spot. It's weird for him because he played a little bit as a rookie, but then he got suspended towards the early portion of the season. And then missed the rest of the year. So, kind of a weird situation for him. He's obviously not a... If this was MLB, he'd probably still be a rookie. Considered a rookie. As Devontae Smith will score. We are cooking the Seahawks. Why couldn't this have been this easy against the Chiefs? And now it doesn't really matter if they would have went for it on 4th and 13 or not because we ended up scoring anyway. 24-0. We are absolutely dominating the Chiefs. And there's a very real possibility that we see Shedeur Sanders throw some passes today. Which is not a sentence I would ever thought I'd say headed into this episode. But there's a very real possibility that Shedeur comes in either in the 3rd quarter or the 4th quarter. Depending on how ugly this game gets. 10 seconds left. It would be just icing on the cake if Torrance throwed what am I, 5? It throws a pick here, is what I wanted to say. Here we go, and they're just going to hand off to Kenneth Walker. They're conceding defeat on the half. And we get the football to start the second half, don't we? I'm pretty sure we did. And I'm not going to skip the halftime show. I did it both times last episode because I was in the college football mode. I hadn't played a regular season game of Madden in a while. But here we go. I got it right this time. So we'll get to see what's going on around the league in the halftime report.
At home for a divisional matchup against Houston.
What do we got? Show me some good highlights. This is not what I want to see. 2 winless teams. I know it's early, but still 2 winless teams.
He's got the rock. He's got some room. He's got
okay. Is that Mixon?
9 yards for the touchdown.
24-17. Zach Wilson is the court. Wait, what? What happened to Cam Ward?
Took them a few weeks, but they win and improve to
Okay.
1-2.
The Titans are 0-3 and they don't have Cam Ward for some reason. Did he get hurt?
Looking on the Panthers as they play host to the
Also the
Atlanta
0-2 Panthers.
And it's Bryce Young.
Bryce Young will chuck it. Crazy catch. Broke 3 tackles? Oh, it's Justin Jefferson. That makes sense. I forgot to... Did I not change his number? I could have sworn I changed his number. Well, he makes an impact. Good job, Justin Jefferson. And now the 2-0 Chiefs and the 2-0 Bears. Come on, Chicago. Do me a favor. We beat you in the Super Bowl. Beat the Chiefs here, please. Ooh, kind of a weird animation right there, but Swift stays on his feet, breaks another tackle. 35-21 Bears win. That's big. That helps us out. That takes away another undefeated team in the AFC. DeAndre Swift, I've never seen him run that crazy. Took a nasty shot, though. I'm so curious about that Titans game now. I'm so curious. What happened to Cam Ward? Did he get hurt? He had to have gotten hurt. There's no way they'd willingly play Zach Wilson over Cam Ward. So he must have gotten hurt at some point in the first 2 games. Or maybe got hurt in the preseason. I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at that after this game. Because that's a big storyline if it's true. Enriquez is playing really good football. Jonathan Taylor's doing well, and so is Devontae Smith. Jackson Smith and Jigba still without a catch. Or even a target, I think. I don't think he's got a target. And we do get the football. Which I was right on that. And here's Miguel Perez. What? So maybe I didn't switch it for punting. Maybe Deion Burks is still punt. I don't even know. I'm all kinds of confused. Red zone efficiency, we're 75% today. because we got held to a field goal on that one drive. So Seahawks have negative 12 total yards. That's insane. Hand off to Judkins, and he's going to have himself a big play. Injury timeout. Who's hurt? Conrad Scholes picks up an injury. Looks like it's some sort of bruised rib or abdominal injury. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell in the video game what kind of injury it is. Probably just a bruised rib, I would guess. Oh, that's more on me than it is on a good play by, is that Derek Hall? It is just a bruised rib. We're going to put Luke Lachey in for now, but thankfully it's not serious. That was more of a mistake by me in the running angle than it was a good play by the linebacker or the edge rusher. And that's a missed throw. Enriquez, man. Enriquez. You got to hit these throws. Your accuracies are actually pretty solid. They're high 80s. You should be able to hit these throws. That's a throw to Jonathan Taylor. Can he turn up the field? He breaks tackles. He tried. He did try to get that. They hold to a 4th and 1. I'm going to go for this because why wouldn't I? I'm trying to put this foot on the neck of the Seahawks, and you do that by scoring touchdowns every single time you touch the football. Jerry Jeudy drops the ball. Jerry! Ah! Okay. I should have went to my first option, which was Quinshawn. I thought Jerry would catch it, though. I did. I even went secure catch to make sure that he would have his best opportunity to hold on to it, but I guess that tackle was just too much for him. He couldn't handle it. Annoying. Very annoying. But the way the Seahawks offense has been moving, I'm not too worried about it. How did I not get a sack on that? Kyle Hamilton makes it 3rd and inches. You're telling me that he made such a good move that it messed up my dive? I guess. Are they going to go with a sneak here? It looks like it. I'm right up on that center. And there I have it. I stopped it, blew it up. Field goal. Blew that up. Are they going to make this? This is a deep field goal. They got Borregales? Former Patriot kicker? Andy Borregales? I guess. It's up, and it is hooking, but it stays. Seahawks get out of the funk. They get on the board. They did have the benefit of having good field position, but still. Their offense just can't do anything. We are dominating them. And here's Eddie Velasco. I'm glad that these guys are actually back out here kicking, because this is what I wanted. I wanted these two guys back kicking, returning kicks. We got to be better on offense, though. That was a very frustrating drive. A few missed opportunities that should have went our way that just didn't. Got to get back into the groove here. The Emperor's new groove. That's a great ball and a great catch. I guess it could have been a better ball, but it was a good enough ball. But Devontae made it look easy. Underneath, Devontae will just check it down, and he will have a first down. I kind of think that Jonathan Taylor was going to be open there. I didn't really give that much time to develop. I was kind of just always targeting Devontae there. But I think Jonathan Taylor on that wheel could have been really open. And speaking of, here's Jonathan Taylor with a big first down. He just always gets yards, man. That's just the type of runner he is. Quinshawn does a similar thing. Quinshawn always falls forward. It's one of the best parts about Quinshawn, why he's a superstar dev running back at this point. And here he is, Quinshawn Judkins. I mean, he's getting 15 yards a carry at this point. He's going crazy. And we are about to be the end of the 3rd quarter. This has just been pure and utter domination on the road in Seattle. They don't know what's hit them. They got punched in the mouth on the first drive, and they weren't ready for it. Taylor's in the backfield. We got Scholes back in the game from the bruised rib. He's at fullback. And Taylor going to make some people miss. Jonathan Taylor trying to get in, and he can't do it, but it's a good run. Gets us up to the 2. And I might do a little spacing play here. Might try to pump up the passing numbers for Enriquez. We've done enough stat padding with the running backs. Let's check that down. That's going to be swatted at the line. You know what? Respect. Respect the D lineman for getting his hand up there and having the awareness to do it. Do I look at Conrad Scholes here? Is he going to be open? No, he's not, but Fannin is. Same play that we did on the 2-point conversion works as a touchdown. Same concept, same result. And we will go up hopefully 31-3 if they don't get blocked here. Okay. Man, the CPU gets really close. They always get really close to blocking kicks, but they never actually do it. At least not very often. Probably 1 out of 100 they block. 31-13. I do think we're going to see the backups. I might do a mass sub backups for the 4th quarter because We don't really need to get anybody injured here. No nonsense injuries. I think we'll give the defense one more drive just to try to give like Myles Garrett a chance for a sack or something. Torrance overthrown. Man, Amani Torrance has not looked good today. I don't know how he looked last season. I didn't really take a look at his numbers. I guess I should have. But he has not looked good. He's been overthrowing almost every pass. He's been getting happy feet in the pocket. That actually was a decent throw and a better block. It was a better block than it was a catch and throw. No disrespect to Smith and Jigba, but the block from the receiver made that a much better play than it had any right of being. And now look at the Seahawks. Maybe they got a little bit of momentum here. Start of the fourth quarter. Mason Graham getting double teamed after those 2 sacks, but here comes Chase Young. Off the edge. Oh, that's Mike Green, excuse me. I saw the 90, and I thought it was Chase Young, but it is Mike Green, the second-year man out of Marshall, making the play. Or third-year man, excuse me. Third-year man out of Marshall, making the play. I'd like to see him take a next step. That'd be really good to see. That's another overthrow. Amani Torrance. Dear God. I didn't realize he was this inaccurate. I'm glad we chose Enriquez, because, yeah, Enriquez makes some questionable throws at times, but nothing like this. Oh, that's a noodle. What are you throwing? Cole Bishop with the freest interception he'll ever have. What were you looking at, Amani? I mean, that's the biggest lob I've ever seen in my entire existence. Let's get the, not the auto subs. Let's get the, can I do a mass sub, or is that not a thing in Madden? It might not be a thing in Madden. Let's put Shador in. Let's put Bashal Tootin in. Let's put, we'll take Devontae out. We'll put these guys at the top. And I do want to see, we know what Traylon Burks has. I do want to see Deion Brooks a little bit, so we'll put Deion Brooks out there. Let's see more of Scholes. Oh, no, that's because Scholes is playing fullback. That's right. So let's have Luke Lachey be the fullback, and then have Scholes be the number 1 tight end. And then on defense, we already see a little bit of Mike Green. We know what Mike Green's got. Let's see more of Jack Sawyer. Let's see a little bit of... You know what? Let's see Mike Green on the other side, since he's young. And we have Jack Sawyer out there. Let's see a little bit of Keelan Hazleton. I want to see a little DeMarvion Overshone. We'll keep Schlesinger out there. You know what? I'll keep Jahad Campbell at Sam so that he can get some playtime, but then I want to see DeMarvion Overshone still. At corner, I want to see a little bit more Will Johnson. I want to see a little bit more Matt Marshall. And obviously, I want to see a little Kyle Widmer. And then even a little Martin Emerson get in there. We can see a little Ronnie Hickman, a little Craig Woodson. And probably a little Grant Delpit over Kyle Hamilton. All right, that's how we'll have the team play. Shador Sanders out here. Never thought I'd see the day. And here comes Bashal Tootin. I wanted Bashal Tootin. We got him straight up for Quentin Johnson, so I think it was a fair deal. But I got Bashal Tootin because I just needed a running back that just had that burst of speed. I just needed a guy that could absolutely dominate in the speed game. And Bashal's the fastest running back, I'm pretty sure, in the game. Shador Sanders throwing some passes. That's going to be tossed up in the air on a deflection. Shador did come in and play a little bit last year because we had a couple of games where Julian Enriquez got hurt during the game, so we had to see Sanders, and he didn't play bad. He played pretty well in the limited reps. Let me just check this down to Miguel Perez. He's going to catch. Obviously, we're going for it on 4th down. There's no question about it. And I'm looking at Traylon Burks, but it also could be Bashal. No, it's going to have to be Burks, but the ball's a little bit thrown bad, but it's Traylon Burks with a huge catch, and he's got run after the catch. Traylon Burks is going. Traylon Burks, can he outrun the corner? No, he can't. He doesn't have that kind of speed. But what a run after the catch from Traylon Burks. It was a horrible angle from the Seahawk defender, to be fair. But it was a great run after the catch from Traylon. And Bashal, I'm not seeing the speed burst, but I don't know if I'm giving him a fair shake. I just want to see him explode through the hole. And off Tootin. Oh! Kind of an insane tackle. Just kind of stepped in the lane and shoulder tackled him there. That was kind of crazy. Let me hit Harold Fannin, and Harold's going to catch it, but only for 3. It's 4th down, and at this point, we're not going to take field goals. Field goals do nothing if we miss or make it, so I'd probably make it, but let's just go for the touchdown. Go for the throw. Jonathan Taylor, that's a horrible throw from Shedeur Sanders, dear God. And it's an interception. We got a lot of speed out here. There's no way he's returning this. All right, Shedeur. There's a reason you got replaced. There's a reason that you got replaced by a rookie. Because that was a absolutely diabolically bad throw. It's not like it's going to give the Seahawks a chance, though, as Myles Garrett trying to sack the quarterback, and he finally will. 5 sacks on Amani Torrance. Myles Garrett is cooking. The entire defensive line is cooking, really. Man, I don't think I've ever had a dominant performance like this where we just absolutely sack the quarterback willingly. I feel like I could get to him every single play. I know that I haven't, but it feels that way. This is such a refreshing game after the annoying loss that we had against the Chiefs. Quick throw, get the ball out of his hands. Quickly, Jackson Smith-Njigba puts the ball on the ground, and Grant Delpit recovers. Oh, Jackson. JSN, you can't put that ball on the ground. I know he got hit. He didn't really have a choice to put that ball on the ground or not, but that's a rough one. That is a rough one for the Seahawks. I mean, it's just a bunch of bad beats. When it rains, it pours, man. Avalanche is coming down, the snowball effect, whatever you want to use, whatever phrase you want to say. It's all bad for the Seahawks. It's the Seahawks and the no good, very bad day. And as the quarter and game is coming to a close, I want to see if Eddie Velasco's got some juice in the tank. He's going to make a catch right there. That's a pretty solid catch from Velasco. He took a big shot. I also want to see if Miguel Perez can go deep here. He might have that capability. Traylon Burks holds on for the catch. That is one thing that Traylon Burks does pretty well, is hold on in contact. It's one of the main reasons why he played so well in year 1 and earned himself the contract extension in the first place. But with 40 seconds to go, Bashal Tutin, here's that speed that I wanted to find out about. That looked pretty good. I was hoping he could pop it, but I'll take that. And this is probably going to be the final play of the game, unless I could call a timeout here. I guess I could, but do I really want to? We'll see how good the play is. Bashal Tutin. You know what? I'm going to call a timeout. There's a chance we can get a touchdown here. There's a chance that we get a touchdown. 8 seconds left. Can Bashal pop this? Bashal absolutely can. Touchdown, Browns. That wasn't really necessary, but you know what? It pads the stats of Bashal Tutin, makes his game look a little bit better. And it makes our game look a little bit better. 38-3. Just a drubbing of the Seahawks. This is the Super Bowl team. We're putting the league on notice. It's happening on Monday night. The Bears might be 3-0. But we beat them in the Super Bowl. They know who the real best team is. Oh, there's 1 second left, of course. I guess that gives me a chance to sack the quarterback one more time. Here comes Myles Garrett. What do we got? What do we got, Myles? One more sack possibility? Oh, almost. Another horrible throw from Amani Torrance, and it's intercepted by Marlon Humphrey. Amani Torrance. Whew. He looked bad in this game. 38-3, we crushed the Seahawks in their place. And Amani Torrance did not look good at all. I don't know why Shedeur's getting the high fives like he was the one who did anything. The Seahawks looked rough. 40 yards for Torrance the entire game. I mean, 5 for 14. He had a 4.8 QBR, 2 interceptions, had so many overthrows. Just a disgusting performance from Amani Torrance. But then on the other side of things, 17 for 25, 191 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did have a couple of very frustrating incompletions, but for the most part, a phenomenal game from Julian Enriquez. The rushing game was on point. Tutin looked good. Taylor looked good. Judkins obviously looked good. And then we spread the ball pretty well today. A couple of touchdowns from each of the guys. We looked good. We looked good, obviously. A lot of sacks. I didn't show the sacks. We had like 5 sacks, right? 6 sacks, something like that. We had a couple interceptions. Marlon Humphrey at the end of the game, and then Bishop on that horrible. I don't know what that throw was, but 2 sacks for Mason Graham, including a forced fumble. Mike Green had one, Chase Young had one, and then a half a sack each for Myles Garrett and Mike Hall Jr. Dominant performance from the boys, and we go to 2-0, but now we got to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Hopefully, it's another game just like that. Huge win for us against the Seahawks. Go to 38-3. We go up 2-1 in the season. Now we go simulate to week number 4, where we take on the Arizona Cardinals, who I think still have Kyler Murray as their quarterback. Did they draft somebody? They're 0-3. But I got to figure out this whole Cam Ward situation. I need to go to injuries first. What is going on? Where are injuries at? Are they in the other thing this time? Here's the injury report. What is going on with the Tennessee Titans? That's the Texans. Cam Ward dislocated elbow. Only week to week. Wow, okay. Did he play at all? What does his stats look like? How early on did he get hurt? So he played 1 game. He got hurt in the first game of the season. And early on in that game, too. He had 3,400 yards last year. Not a bad rookie year. Or not a bad year 2, I guess I should say. I got to remember we're 3 years in, not 2 years. That's a bad beat for the Titans because they got Zach Wilson. But now we know at least. All right, so I also want to take a look at the Cardinals. What does the Cardinal roster look like at this point? They still have Kyler Murray, but he's 30 at this point. They drafted Patrick Cosby, but he doesn't look amazing. They also have Quincy Knott, who honestly is a little bit better, I'd say. The speed's a little bit better. I'd probably be playing, although 94 throw power for Patrick Cosby. I think it's time to move on from Kyler. Maybe the Cardinals at some point during the season start to trade their quarterback to see if they can get anything for him. Probably nothing too crazy, but maybe they try to look for something because they need to do a full reset. They're 0-3. Who knows what's going to happen? They're not going to get much for Kyler, but maybe they can get something. I'm going to go through and do the training again, as it has taken off my diamond tier abilities. Can somebody please tell me how to make this not happen? I really want my diamond tier abilities to be always the same. Is there any way you can do it, or is it just does it all the time without your consent? I don't know. But I'm going to go through and do this all again. Again, if something happens, like a dev trade increase, I will bring you back in. If not, I'll see you in the Cardinal game.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the sound of the big red siren signals it is time for football. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Arizona Cardinals. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys have won 2 straight since dropping the opener a few weeks back. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump.
Taking on the Cardinals in Arizona, second game of today's video, and this shadow area of the field is really not looking too good. I mean, you got sun coming in from the weirdest area in the world. Enriquez had a fantastic game last game. He's looking real sexy. And we're trying to take down the Arizona Cardinals. I'm hoping that we can do it. But look at this. The sun to shadow ratio is out of control. The middle of the field is just beaming with sunlight, and the rest of the field is covered in darkness. This is an insane visual right now. This feels like a 13-year-old goth kid. All darkness on the outside, and then a little bit of sunshine in the center. This is quite the visual. But we're going to try to take it down. Coming into Arizona on a win streak. 2 games, but still a win streak. That still counts. And I did give the Cardinals back their original uniforms because they're just so much better than the ones they wear right now. A lot of the uniforms I just don't like anymore. Some of them look good, but a lot of them I don't think look very good. Like the Cardinals' new uniforms, I just don't think are very good. The Patriots uniforms, I don't think are very good. The Browns I like because they went back to... Oh, that's the first holding penalty of the episode, really. The Browns went back to a closer version of what they had originally, which is just a much better uniform than what they were wearing, like the Baker Mayfield era. Although, thinking back on it, those uniforms aren't as bad as you think they are. They're not great, but they're not like the worst uniforms I've ever seen. There's definitely worse uniforms than that. But obviously those are the uniforms that they wore when they went winless, so they have a kind of a poor taste in Browns fans' mouths. And the ones, I mean, it's hard to make good uniforms when your primary colors are orange and brown and white. Kind of a hard combination. Although orange and white can look pretty good together, as you can see by this combination right here. Orange and white can look pretty good together, given the right circumstances. And then like the Brady Patriot uniforms, the Patriot uniforms that they wore for the entire Brady era. Although the Bledsoe uniforms are pretty nice too. I do like those uniforms as well. Did they give me that first down? Or did I turn the ball over? They're going to call that a turnover? Do I dare challenge? Because I guarantee they're not going to give it to me. But you know what? It's the first quarter. What do I have to lose? I'm going to throw the challenge flag. We're going to see if we get this. No, they gave it back. They gave it to the Cardinals. I didn't think they were going to give me the first down there. But I had to try. You never know. And here comes Kyler Murray. He is 30 years old at this point. 30 years old. And has not progressed in the slightest. They still have a really good tight end in Trey McBride. They still have, obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr., who they hit right here. So Marvin's going to have to be a concern for us. We're going to have to make sure we lock him up. I'm not really afraid of anybody else on their team, except for McBride, obviously. I'm not afraid of any of the running backs. Trey Benson's not really a problem, although he dies for a first down there. But their team just in general is not really much of a problem. It's not really that much more talented than the Seahawks. The Seahawks arguably are more talented. They've got a more promising young rookie, although he didn't look very good in the game we played. They've got two really good receivers in Olave and Smith and Jig, but they got a way better running back in Kenneth Walker. And we absolutely dog-walked them. So if we can't do the same against the Seahawks or against the Cardinals, I'm going to be kind of concerned. Although, to be fair, the Cardinals' offensive line is fairly good. They got Paris Johnson Jr., and I dove with Myles Garrett for no reason there. I thought it was a run, basically, is what I thought it was. That's why I dove. Kyler scrambles. That is one thing we're going to have to contend with, is Kyler scrambling. Even at 30 years old, he's still got a little bit of movement to him. And that's a very good blocking job by the offensive line there. And Trey Benson's already got 25 yards. That's way more than the Seahawks had, I think, in the entire game on the ground. So I am #concerned. Ooh, little play action. The shadow, the stadium is out of control right now. I had no idea if I had anybody in that area because the shadows, when the camera panned to where the ball was, I didn't even see a player there, to be honest with you. Hopefully the sun can move. I don't even know if it adjusted. Maybe it switched directions. I don't know. I know we switched sides of the field, but the shadows are out of control here. Who designed the stadium? Jerry Jones? We're getting out of control. 3rd and 9, we're going to bring a blitz on the tiny little Muppet and see if we can get him. 3rd and 9, JOK can't get in there. The blitz does not work, but it's another overthrow because Kyler sucks. And we get the punt. Back-to-back overthrows from little baby Kyler Murray. That's tough. That's tough. Although that's an amazing punt. It actually gave us better favorable spot than I thought. We started the 10-yard line, and I need to pick up the pace here. That first drive was frustrating because I kind of didn't even... I was talking about jerseys, and I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of paying attention to what I was doing, but I wasn't really focused too much on the game. But now I am, and now I'm fully locked in. Forget about jersey talk. That can be saved for when we're blowing out the team. Now it's just lock in and crush. Crush some poon. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go with a screen for Jonathan Taylor. Taylor's got the ability to take this for a huge play if the blocking suffices, and it does. Jonathan Taylor's breaking free. He's soaring. He's flying. There's not Oh, I forgot the line. I was doing a whole High School Musical thing and I forgot the line. Touchdown, Jonathan Taylor. What is the line? There's not a star. No, there's... Oh, I can't remember what the line is. I'm blanking on it. I'm blanking on what the line is. Anyway, he broke free. Huge touchdown. I don't think have I ever scored a screen for a touchdown? I probably have at some point in my time. I am pretty old. But it hasn't been for a while, I know that. And we lead 7-0. Jonathan Taylor's been such a fun addition. I'm so happy the Colts chose not to pay him and let him go because he's been such a fun addition to this team. And now we go back on defense with Kyler, the little baby man, trying to find a way to throw some accurate passes. They go with a sweep. Interesting. Is that Michael Wilson? Who is that? I don't know, but it was a very interesting play call. It got him some decent yardage, I guess. Got him up to the 31, 2nd and 4. It's going to be a screen pass. They're going to try to hit their own, and it's going to be a first down. Oh, actually, no, it's not. We held them for 2 yards short. They fired Jonathan Gannon, I just noticed. Hired some other dude at some point. I don't know whether he's been here for 1 year or 2 years, but... And, oh, the screen almost got baby Kyler crushed. Man, Mason Graham's really making an impact so far this season. I like it. I've been wanting him to do so. The screen doesn't work twice, and they will punt the ball away again. The 0-3 Arizona Cardinals. Kind of crazy. Deion Brooks with a nice return there. And I might just keep him as the punt returner. I mean, it's not hurting anybody. I'm probably never going to get a punt return touchdown anyway. And he's got good speed, so he could break one. There's a potential for that. Quinshawn, I couldn't pick a direction. I got too indecisive on which way I wanted to go there, and it just ended up getting nowhere. But Judkins is back again. I definitely don't think this is going to be another 1,900-yard season on the ground for Quinshawn, although maybe I spoke too soon, because that's a really good run. I don't think he's going to have another 1,900 yards on the ground. I'd be really shocked if he did, because I feel like our offense has changed a little bit with the addition of some of our players that we've added in here. And I am trying to throw the ball a little bit more. That really should have been caught. Maybe I should have switched on. I am actively trying to throw the ball more. I know that I just tend to not throw the ball very much. But it's just because I don't trust myself more than I don't trust the quarterbacks. Oh, Taylor put the ball on the ground. That's an actual fumble. He wasn't on the ground. Jonathan Taylor catching the ball out of the backfield, gets popped, and drops the football. Okay. Okay. Not what I expected or wanted. And the Cardinals had the football, and there's no reason to challenge it because it was clear. Fumble! I mean, I don't know how Kyle Hamilton doesn't pick that off. I know it was a little bit of a low throw, but I don't know how Kyle Hamilton doesn't throw that off. You know what that coach looks like? That coach looks like if you were to make Kyler Murray with an auto-generated face as a head coach. That's what he looks like. So it's kind of fitting. I don't know why Kyler didn't scramble for a first down there. He clearly was going to outrun Mason Graham, but he chose to not do that and take the sack because he's just a little baby man. We've reached the 2-minute warning in the first half. We're kind of putting the boots to the Cardinals right now, I'd like to think. That is going to be dropped by Trey McBride. He couldn't handle Cole Bishop coming on his back, and he drops the football. And they will punt back to us. So the fumble Jonathan Taylor had does not end up hurting us at all, thankfully. And hopefully Jonathan Taylor doesn't do that ever again. And Deion Brooks, see if he just had a little bit more speed, he might have been able to outrun and get the edge there. Just didn't have that full type of speed that I was looking for. But I'm going to trust Jonathan Taylor with this handoff. He's got it, and he's got a decent game. Good job, JT. I still want him to get usage, even though he did put the ball on the ground. But we've trusted Quinshawn, and he's fumbled before, so. Let me hit Jerry Jeudy right here real quick. He takes a big shot. Man, the Cardinals are laying some big shots on our guys. Thankfully, only one time has been a fumble, but I'm a little bit worried. We're going to go quickly. That's Devontae Smith. He gets a big first down. We're going to run some hurry up here. And we're going to try to catch the Cardinals off guard. Can I hit? It's a pick. Oh, no, it's dropped. I didn't see that guy. I thought that Velasco was open. That's my fault. I almost threw an unnecessary pick there. I did not see him on the side they're covering. That's Jerry Jeudy, and I might as well call my second timeout here because I'm kind of just middling around right now in the middle of the field. I'm not really being very decisive. That's Jerry Jeudy. He stays on his feet, but he cannot get the first down. We're going to go for this because, of course, we are. They're going to bring up a press on Devontae, which is really nice. Although it's not going to really work out because that safety covered. So we'll call our final timeout here. A little risky to call the final timeout right here, but I believe in Joe Hendry. And I believe in the shield. 15 seconds. What do we got? 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 Just throw it away. Circle might have been open there. Too risky. Too risky. They want me to go for a field goal. I think I got one more shot at the end zone. 37 seconds. Just toss it up to Devontae Smith. Corner of the end zone. Devontae almost had it. And it's a 54-yard field goal. Can I hit this? I don't know if I can. 10-mile-per-hour winds is kind of crazy. I know we're not fully in a dome because the roof is open, but I think I can hit this. Oh, I can't because I got it too powerful. It had the leg. Missed too many opportunities on kicking, man. I'm sucking too bad at kicking. The extra point's like really frustrating in that I missed in the first game against the Seahawks because that was just like me being stupid. But that kick, like I had the right power on it. I just held it for like a half a second too long, and then it made the arrow all wobbly. Annoying. I couldn't tell who that quarterback was back there. It looked like Big Ben. He's throwing like Big Ben. It's Will Levis! Will Levis is in Pittsburgh, and the Steelers just killed the Colts. Whoa. Will Levis in Pittsburgh's insane. Eagles are 1-2. Eagles have a pretty good roster. Starting out 1-2 is not really what they want to do. Jets are 2-1. Hurts fires. Big time touchdown. I can't tell who that is. And a cartwheel. Ooh, the rookie Emmanuel Cologne. 2-2 already. That's not too bad. But the Eagles win. Dolphins are 0-3. Some interesting teams winless so far to start the season. I know it's super early, but Tua with the play action. Has time in the pocket. Fires. This is going to be the craziest touchdown of all time. Jalen Waddle. What is happening? The Texans don't even want to play defense out here. 31-27. Dolphins win over the Texans. That was a crazy highlight. Cowboys lost. Packers lost. Chiefs won. That's annoying. Oh, no. Here's the fumble. Oh, don't show me the fumble again, man. We've played pretty well. We've had some sloppy moments at times, but we always do. That's a World of Juice video. We're going to have some sloppy moments. You know I like it sloppy. One rush for 110 yards. What? There's no way that he has one rush for 110 yards. I know he had the screen pass for the touchdown. What are they counting? Hold on. I need to see these stats. First off, it wasn't even a rush. It was a pass. He's got one rush for 15 yards. And then his receiving, he's got 4 for 95 and a touchdown. I don't know where they got 110 yards from on one rush, but that is not the stat line for Jonathan Taylor. They got the touchdown right because he's got the screen pass. But he's not anywhere near 110 yards rushing. Very strange. Thankfully, the sun has gone away. It's gone night-night. And we will go on defense to start this second half against Arizona. I believe Cardinals have no offense. And I believe that that's going to continue here in the second half. Unless they get the ball to Marvin Harrison. And they are going to get the ball to Marvin Harrison, and he's going to juke me out. I always fall for that, don't I? I got to figure myself out, because I'm pretty stupid. This cannot be a QB sneak, right? It's going to be a handoff, I would guess. And it is going to be a handoff. And we're going to hold him 3rd and inches. This could be a QB sneak. This very well could be a QB sneak. Let me get JOK up on top of that center. and blow up this line. Oh, he went the other way! He got me. I thought he was going to go to the left side of the center. He went to the right side, and he got the first down. Mason Graham was not ready for it. That's annoying. I think I could have stopped him. I picked the wrong side. Kyler, interception. Cole Bishop, pick 6. Maybe we shouldn't trade Cole Bishop. Maybe we shouldn't trade Cole Bishop because my man has 2 interceptions now in 2 games. And this time it's a pick 6. Kyler just severely missed through that. Severe inaccuracy. And Bishop happened to be right there, right place, right time, snags it, and there's nobody around to stop him. And Corey Bahor, Kez, will send the ball away. And I'd love a fumble there. That would have been electric, but nope. All right, Kyler. I'd love another interception you want to throw me. If you want to give me another interception, I will certainly take it. The Chargers are 0-4. I just saw that in the bottom screen. Oh, that could be a pick. Oh, my God, it almost was. Off the hands of Mike Green initially, which Mike Green in coverage is not ideal. But then Kyle Hamilton came off the deflection, almost had it. That could have been electric, man. Kyler throws the flat. He's got his man. Grant Delpit doing some sorcery type of stuff to get him out of bounds there. 3rd and 4. We're going to use our Myles Garrett as we usually do. We're going to try to get to the quarterback. Get to the little baby man. And we will. Myles Garrett will sack the quarterback. 4th and 8. Oh, this team is good, man. This team is good. Oh, I really hate that we lost that first game against the Chiefs because this team has potential to go 17-0. Unfortunately, it will not happen this year. And that's Myles Garrett's 2nd sack of the season. Well, I think he's got 2.5 because he had half of the sack in the last game against the Hawks. He needs to step it up because he had a fine year last year, but he didn't have a Myles Garrett type of year, and I want him to have a Myles Garrett type of year. Kind of like what he's doing in real life this year. That's the kind of season I want him to have. Hand off to Quinshawn. C-Wright kind of got blocked right into me, and that kind of ruined the whole momentum of that play. Where do we go with this football? I don't even know. That's not even a great throw. Devontae comes down with it. My God, Devontae. That's why you go out and trade for a guy like Devontae Smith. You go out and trade for a bona fide number 1. And we did that. What a freak. How do you catch that? Was not a great throw at all. Oh, look at the blocking. Look at the blocking. The blocking is immaculate. Quinshawn's going to outrun this dude for a touchdown. My God, this team is so good. Oh, God, I've built a superpower. I have built a super power. I've built the Death Star. I've built the evil empire. With Coach Juice at the helm. 21-0. We lead in Arizona. It's nice having some road games. We had, I think, the 2 games we had in the first to start the game or start the season were both home. I think we played the Chiefs at home and the Rams at home. So it's nice to have a couple road games here. We do play the Bengals coming up next episode, I'm pretty sure. So that'll be a nice test against a good quarterback like Joe Burrow. That's got to be a sack, and it's not. I think we got held up at the last second. Mason Graham was in there. That should have been a sack. They only got 3 on the play, though. I really hope the Ravens aren't having a crazy good season because remember, the Ravens were undefeated for most of last year. They finally ended up losing like 2 games at the end. They beat us both times last year, though. We really need to. That's the last thing we got to do. We can beat the Steelers. We can beat the Bengals. We just got to exercise that Raven demon. Once we do that, we will be truly on top of the world. Is he really going to advance that for a first down? That's annoying. Why did Chase Young hold up the fist like he held him for a 4th down? That's not what happened. Paris Johnson Jr. advances that ball for first, which I don't think you can advance that ball for a first down, but I guess you can in this game. I know there's a rule where certain balls can't be advanced for first downs or advance up the field. I don't remember if that implies or works right there or not. Obviously, it didn't in the game. As we enter the 4th quarter, up by 21 points. Although Arizona's actually making a little bit of a good drive here. God, the Titans, I feel so bad for them. They've already blown up their team trying to build something for the future for Cam, and then Cam goes and gets hurt. He's not out for a while, but he goes and gets hurt to start the year, And they gotta have freaking who was the quarterback they had? Oh, Zach Wilson, that's right. The MILF man. That can't be caught. And it was. And it's a first down, too. That's a very generous first down. Very generous. I don't know if he got that ball across. But I'm not going to worry about it. The Bears look like they're going to go 4-0. The Buffalo Bills are 1-2 to start the year. A little sloppy out the gates for Buffalo. They've still got all their guys. They still got Josh Allen and James Cook and everybody. Trey McBride hasn't really been involved too much today. I don't like that the Cardinals are actually making a good drive here. It's annoying me. They're going to motion Marv and then give him the football, and he's going to get denied by Myles Garrett. And Juice Scruggs is talking in the face of... I couldn't tell who that was. Was that Schlesinger? I couldn't tell who that was. I didn't see the jersey number. Somebody he was in the face of. Talking a little trash. Things get heated down there on the field. Especially when you're losing by 3 scores. Everybody's got softer feelings. That's an unbelievable throw and catch for a first down. I'm going to lose my mind, but I'm not really because it's 21-0. It's really not going to affect the game. Are you going to spike this? Okay, I thought they were going to spike this. I was like, there's no reason to spike it. As Myles Garrett will throw down the baby man for a sack. His second of the day. He basically picked him up like a toddler and threw him to the ground, put him in timeout. I love Madden at times because you'll have like a big play like that, like a sack, and they'll do their celebration, and Kyler will just stand, or the quarterback, it doesn't have to be Kyler, but the quarterback will just stand there and let them celebrate, and then after the animation's done, then it'll hurry up. It's just such a bad game that it's funny at times. Ooh, Jack Sawyer's that. Let me use Jack Sawyer here. 3rd and 18. Obvious 4-down territory. There's no way you kick a field goal here. They might not need to. Marlon Humphrey, one-on-one! He did not get 2 feet down. He did not get 2 feet down. Throw the challenge flag. Throw the challenge flag. Thank you. The booth review. There's absolutely no world in any multiverse where he got the 2 feet down. I can't even see. One comes down. The knee is out of bounds. The foot never even touches. The left foot. It never even touches the ground. So, it's coming back. You cannot call that a touchdown! There's no way! Oh my god, I just got hoed. I just got certified hoed. His leg does something unnatural here. 1 foot goes down. I'll give you credit for that. His right foot touches. But then the knee touches out of bounds. And that left foot never touches. That is not a touchdown. It's just simply not. His knee is down out of bounds right there. And that left foot never, ever touches. It doesn't even touch until right there. That's the first time it touches the ground. And it's out of bounds. The fact that that is a touchdown blows my mind. 1 foot in. This isn't college. I'm not playing South Carolina Dynasty. 1 foot down, knee goes down, out of bounds. And then the rest of his body comes down out of bounds. He completes the catch, but that is 1 foot. That left foot never touches. How is that a touchdown, Madden? Come on, man. You can't hold me like that. That is the most unbelievable first touchdown catch I've ever seen. You cannot do that to me. That is just not right. That's blatant cheating. I know it's not going to end up mattering in the game because we're still going to win the game, but just think about it. That was like to tie the game. If it was 21-14 and then that was the touchdown to tie the game, you know how unbelievably mad I would be? I'd be more mad than I am now, and I'm really mad. That has no business being a touchdown. Because it just wasn't. He didn't get 2 feet down. His knee came down out of bounds after the first foot touched. Yeah, he might have held the ball through the catch or through the ground, but it's not. He didn't get 2 feet down. Forget about if he caught the ball. He didn't get 2 feet in. Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. This game, man. It's honestly a shock that this game even made it to sell. Like, how did this game even be, like, given the green light to be sold to people? I don't even know, man. I don't know. Did nobody test it? Did nobody test this game? Because that being a touchdown is the most diabolical thing I've ever seen in my life. It just simply wasn't. There's nothing else I can say about it. It just wasn't a touchdown. There's no way it was. We watched the replay. We saw what happened. He didn't get 2 feet down. I don't give 2 Fs as Traylon Burks drops that if he had maintained possession through the ground. You got to get 2 feet down. And that left foot never touched. And that's going to be a stupid interception, man. The holding call kind of killed us on that, and then Traylon Burks dropping the pass really killed us as well. I was just trying to run the game out, really, but then I got pushed back because of the hold. I'm all flustered now after that touchdown. What happened there? I don't know what's going on, but Denzel Ward's able to, or somebody's able to bring him down. They have no more timeouts. Just end this game. I don't want to be in this game anymore. I'm tired of it. I know we're going to win, but I'm tired of playing Madden. Isn't it sad that I can play 2 games and already be tired of playing? I had fun in the first game, which is rare when I'm playing this game. I had fun in the first game. I was doing whatever I wanted. Everything was open, but it's just certain things. Just certain things that happen in certain games. It just completely kills the mood, whether you're winning or not. It just completely kills the mood. And that was the thing that killed it in this game. I'm very happy that this is the second game and not the first, because that Carson Sweatshirt with an unbelievable vertical on that. Dear God, that was an insanely high jump to intercept that pass. And they want me to QB kneel it. I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. We are going to end this game 21-7. A completely BS touchdown for Arizona. Should be 21-0. But what are you going to do, man? Madden's going to Madden. All right. Another big win. We go to 4-1 in the, or 3-1 in the season, excuse me. 3-1 in the season. Cardinals are winless. I'd say that's a pretty good episode, all things considered. I mean, we dominated the Seahawks, so I can't be mad about that at all. But that bummed me out, man. that touchdown should never have happened, and it did, and it's just frustrating. It's frustrating to see that kind of stuff happen. I know it had no effect, but it's just frustrating. So next episode's only going to be one game in the video because the bye week is coming up. So we'll do the Bengal game, which they're 1-3. They're not having that great of a year. Although Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are kind of killing it. So right now we're the 3 seed because the Raiders are undefeated. Really? Okay. Raiders have developed. The Ravens are 1-3. That's huge after the season they had. Titans are 0-4. The Chargers are 0-4. We don't have the Charger pick anymore, do we? We only had it for the 1 year. It'd be nice if we did. No, we have our own pick back. Darn it. I thought we were going to have a Charger pick again. We're having a pretty good year. The Ravens, I like them being 1-3. That makes me happy. But the Jaguars being 3-1. Okay. All right. They got one injury. Shamar Stewart injured. But like I said, it's just going to be the Bengal game in next episode because then we have the bye week just to keep things even. And we're not making the videos like 2.5 hours long because I do 3 weeks. But it'll just be the Bengals game and then the bye week. And then the next episode after that, we'll be back to the 2 games per video. But this one's going to be over right here. We won both of our games, even though we did allow a touchdown, which shouldn't have been a touchdown, but I'm going to stop talking about it because we won the game. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more, join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.